Hello, everyone. Hi, out there. It is Tuesday. Well, it is terrific Tuesday. Thankful Tuesday. Whatever Tuesday must be starting with the letter T. So, welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show with yours truly, Verona Willis-Brown. Yes, we're here again. It is Tuesday, and by now, if this is not your first time tuning in, you should know that we have new schedule. Yes, we do have new schedule. We have updated schedule. So by now, you should know, if you've been here with us, you should know that new schedule is rolling. And of course, we will put up the new schedule as we go along to remind you that we are going to be showing up more often in your living room, your dining room, your playroom, maybe your bedroom, maybe your bathroom, wherever you are in your home, we will be showing up more often. Yes. So look out for us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss an episode. Absolutely not. So yes. Welcome to another episode. We are going to go into some stuff. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, as well as Child's Month. So we are intermingling those two as we go along in the sessions that we've been having every day. So I want to take some time to thank you for those who show up every day, those who watch the live and those who watch the replay. Thank you so much for being here. Now, with that said, let us go into a few things. First of all, if you are seeing this for the first time or listening to me for the first time, never before, but you just happened to click a link and it took you right here. Now, if you are listening to for the first time, listen, welcome. So if this is your first time tuning in, please put your name in the comment section so I can acknowledge you. And guess what? First timers, they get, honey, they get special welcome. They do. They get special welcome. So yes, if you're tuning in for the first time, please put your name in the comment section and let us know it is your first time so we can welcome you. We have a, are you free enough welcome type here. Now, if you have been here before, you've been watching, you've been supporting, I want to say welcome to you as well. Welcome back. So we are rolling in. Now, first timers, guess what? We do have some rules here. Don't worry about the word rules. Don't worry about the effect of rules. Rules are not always that bad. Everybody got rules. Even if you come to my house, my rule is take off your shoes by my door. Don't put your feet up on my table. Simple rules. Okay, so there are always rules. So we do have house rules here. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, maybe 4. Sometimes there are 5 rules. So why not roll right into them? Let us go over them one by one. First one. If you are watching me and you are listening to me and you see live somewhere and you hear me call your name, spotlight your name on the screen, simply mean you are in the live audience. Yes. And if you are in the live audience, I just ask you kindly to look somewhere on your button on your screen to see if you see the share button. Click that share button and share it to someone else so they can come on into the live with you. You see, live is like getting fresh food out of the oven or off the stove, the one that your mama cooked. You know, that one. Yes, your favorite meal from your mama. That is what life is. So when you share the life, you are sharing fresh food. So we want to share the live. Yes, we do. We want to share the live and invite someone else to come on in. Now, if you don't want to share the live and the replay is sitting there and they're watching the replay, now listen. The replay is like leftovers food, but sometimes leftovers do taste good. Yes, sometimes the seasoning sink in there and it tastes real juicier. So yes, sometimes leftovers do taste good, but still nothing like the fresh food, and there's nothing like the original. Okay, so let's get that straight. There's no knockoff here. So that is the first one. So we want to share the life. Mhm. Now, that is rule number one. Rule number two is grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a crayon, a marker, maybe a piece of feather. I don't know where you're going to get your feather from. Maybe it is a piece of feather, but if you grab yourself a piece of feather, don't forget to get some paint, or some ink and dip it in so you can write with it. So with that said, you're going to need something to write on. Grab yourself a notebook or a piece of paper. Good. Now, if you don't have all of that I just said, listen, grab yourself your devices. Everyone got a device because that's exactly how you're watching me. There's a device somewhere, right? So you're watching me from a device. I don't know what you're watching me from, but there's a device. So somewhere in your device, there's a section called the notepad section. Go in there. It's blank right in there. Now, what am I telling you to write down? I am telling you that here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, and I encourage you to write them down, because when you write them down, it is a relationship that you're building with your hands, your head, your heart, your soul. You're building a relationship. Yes. And when you do write that down, just remember this, that they're thoughts in your head. They're rolling in your head. They're having gymnastics. They're doing a whole bunch of stuff in your head. And when you write things down, you are extracting those thoughts out of your head. See, I call those thoughts tenants. So you want to evict them out of your head. Good. Now, what is the next rule? The next rule is this simple. Grab yourself something to drink. Yes. I don't know what is it that you drink. Maybe it is water, wine, tea, or juice. Maybe some popsicle somewhere. And, some people do have broths. Yes, if you want to have that, then go ahead. Let me know what is it that you are drinking, because when you do that, what we do here, we celebrate each other. Yes, we do. And as you can see, I have my fancy glass. So we do celebrate each other with cheers to whatever you're drinking, to your accomplishments. Yes, and your small wins and your big wins. So we cheer. Yes, so we cheer on each other. We support each other by raising our glass or raising your spoon, whatever you're doing. Yes. Now, with that said, the next rule is if you need to use the bathroom, whether it is to your right or to your left, go to the bathroom now, and then you're going to come back, because when you come back, you're going to have your seat situated right here, because your seat is reserved. Just like the seat of life, your seat is reserved, and on that seat is your name. And on your name is attached your gifts, your talents, and your intention, your expectation, your goals, and your destiny, and your purpose. So yes, it is personalized. Your seat is personalized. VIP. Some people got VIP seats. Yes. VIP. So when you have that on that seat, it is greatness that is inside of you. Greatness is in your DNA. So guess what happened? On that seat is greatness stamped there. So please don't hand over your seat to anyone. If you do that, that simply means you're handing over your birthright. And we are not here to hand over anything. That's it. So good. Now, with that said, if you don't need to use the bathroom and you're already sitting in your seat, that is perfect. Excellent. You already have your seat, and I hope you have your drink, and then we are going to roll. We are going to roll. Ooh, for those who went to the bathroom, we should just wait for them. Quick second. Because you see, life is moving really, 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 really fast. And because life is moving really, really fast, sometimes we can't wait for people. We got to do what we do and get it moving. Yes. So, for those who are in the audience, if you are ready, type in the comment section that you are ready. And while we wait for those who went to the bathroom, let me welcome a few people that are in the audience. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome Yasmin. Yasmin, welcome, welcome back, welcome back. Theta King, welcome back, welcome back. Yes, welcome back. And I see Marianne, welcome, welcome back, welcome back. It is good to have you here. It is very good to have you here with us. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. Yes, dip it in some ink, honey. If you got some ink, dip that feather in some ink and write with it. Yes, you do. Get that feather. Whether the feather is in your pillow, you know you got some fancy pillow somewhere. Down pillow got feather in there. Find a way to get one of those feather out of it. And if you got a jacket and you're in the cold, you know, Yasmin is in the cold, you know what I'm saying? Marianne is in the cold too. So, you know, they might have feather down jacket. Yes, get into your coat and pick a feather out of it. Get some ink and start writing. Yes, yes, yes. Write with it so we can share all these juicy content that we drop here. Thank you so much. And again, if you are tuning in for the very first time, it is important that you put your name down and wave and say, it is your first time, because you know what? We want to give you some good freedom welcome. So yes, yes, yes. So great. It is so good to have you all here today, because we are going to go into some talk tonight. We are going to go into some talk because we are dealing with Mental Health Month internationally, not just one place, but it is internationally. Mental Health Awareness Month. And we want to get into these things. We've been talking about all the tenants that are living in our head. So again, if you are ready, type in the comment section that you are ready so we could roll into tonight's episode. Let me know that you are ready. While you do that, I might think, oh, what am I drinking? Yes, let me tell you. I like to come with my water, because you see, when I come with my water, I believe in miracles. And if you don't know by now, I do believe in miracles, because the greatest miracle worker out there is Jesus. Why? Because he performed a miracle with water. He took that water and he turned it into wine and he served the people. Yes, he did. So, you know, I come with my water, and you never know what could happen to my water. And if you believe with me, then you know where one or two believe, great things could happen. So yes, I am having my water. So while I'm waiting to see if you are ready, just type in there that you're ready so we can roll. And while you type in that you're ready, I just sip a little bit of my water. Agua. Right here. Water is good for you. It is very good for you. It quenches the thirst. Do not drink soda when you're thirsty. Do not drink juice when you're thirsty. It is good for you to have water. Hydrate the system with water. Yes, I have coconut water because it's good for hydration. Water keep you glowing. Keep it glowing, not soda. So soda keep you cracking up, your skin crack up. I'm just saying, before I go any further, I just want to let you know that anything that I say here that's so medically, I am not a medical doctor. I get all my teaching from a higher power. So I like to share what I get from my higher source and from my experience, because experiences is my best teacher. So again, Nothing that I say that sounds medically. Please don't say that Verona says this. No, research for yourself. I only tell you from my research, from my experiences, from my higher power, all the good stuff that I got inside of me. Ooh, so yes, so we got some ready, rolling. Let's roll. Because tonight we are going to talk about the perfect enemy. The perfect enemy that is sitting among us. Yes. There's an enemy that sits among us. And when we hear the word enemy, we're going to feel threatened. There's an enemy around us. It's supposed to threaten you. A perfect enemy supposed to scam you. A perfect enemy supposed to bring you down, take you out. A perfect enemy should not have no good intention to push you forward into your destiny. A perfect enemy supposed to say, I'm on the opposite side of you. But you see, where's the perfect enemy? The perfect enemy is inside your head. Absolutely. Inside of your head. That's one of the tenants. I'm going to let you think about the perfect enemy real quick, because I'm going to take you off camera and let you see what the perfect enemy looks like. It is dark. So, you see? But the perfect enemy is dark, but the perfect enemy don't have that pretty crown and that pretty butterfly. The perfect enemy is sitting somewhere as that tenant that's saying, I am perfect. I want a perfect husband. I want a perfect wife. I want perfect children. I want a perfect house. I want a perfect home. I want a perfect car. That is the perfect enemy. That tenant is called perfection. Can I remind you? Can I inform you that there's no such thing as perfection? There's no such thing as you being perfect? No. When you start telling yourself that you're a perfectionist, you're a perfectionist? You're not a perfectionist, darling. Let me tell you. If you are a perfectionist, raise your hand. If you consider yourself a perfectionist, raise your hand right now. Because since I'm the one doing all the talking, raise your hand if you consider yourself a perfectionist. I want to see those people. I want to talk to those people. I want to talk to those tenants. The perfectionist. Let me remind you of something. If you're perfect, there's no room for growth. If you're perfect, there's no room for learning. There's no room for teaching. There's no room for you to go any further. There is no room for you to reach that destiny that you're heading on to. So you're not a perfectionist. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying. So if you raise your hand that you're a perfectionist, ding, that's tenant number 1 tonight. We dealt with fear a couple nights back. So tonight, tenant that we are going to get to is perfection. She's pretty, isn't she? He's pretty, isn't he? Perfection is glitz and glamour and pretty and all of that. You want a perfect nose, and you want a perfect lips, and the perfect complexion, and the perfect hair, and the perfect body, the perfect boobs, and the perfect booty. Mm-hmm. Huh. Ooh, I'm just saying. Perfection is that tenant. We want to evict perfection. Perfection is your enemy. Perfection come to destroy you. Mm-hmm. Perfection is your enemy because it is stopping you from growing. It is stopping you from learning. It is stopping you from understanding that there is room for improvement. Perfection is the enemy. There's no perfect, nothing when it comes to your growth. The only thing that you might consider perfect is now, this time. Why? Because it's right here. It is what it is at this very moment. So we want to get this perfectionist thing out of our head. Take the bow off that perfection. Take that tie off that perfection. Gather your pen and your pencil and whatever you're going to write with, and make room. Let us make room. Room. If you get rid of perfection, then you might learn a thing or two right here tonight. Right. You might learn a thing or two. You might have to take out that light bulb of perfection. Find a new friend. Find a new tenant. Find that new tenant. You see, that new tenant, when you take out perfection, the new tenant will be your potential. Yes. You want to have potential, because when you have potential, you can expand your potential. But if lovely perfection is sitting there, you want to sound perfect when you speak, then you don't stretch your potential. You're not going to be perfect in math and perfect in English and perfect in Spanish and Indian, any other languages. You're not going to be perfect there. You're just expanding your potential. You're expanding your capacity to learn and to grow. Yes, that is what you're doing. Can you be perfect in one thing? If you're perfect in one thing, so what happened to the other areas that you need to feed? I'm just asking. There might be an imbalance, because now you're so perfect. Maybe in the second language and third language and fourth language and fifth language and whatever languages that you're mastering, because you see, that's what happened. You have to know. You're mastering something that don't make you perfect. I'm just saying, you see, tonight, inside of my glass, I do have something in my glass. Oh, don't you worry. It's just a raspberry. Yes, inside of my glass. But I want to let you know. You got to master something. When you master something, you're not going for perfection. You're going to master it so it don't be that bully. You're mastering it so you can teach somebody else. Are you with me? Ifra, are you with me? Theta, Yasmin, are you with me? Let me know that you are with me, because we want to get this and get it straight tonight. because we don't want our mind to go into that place of perfection. We want our mind to be healthy. And healthy perfection is not making your mind healthy. Sorry to inform you. Sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry to burst your bubble. Perfection is not making you healthy. No, absolutely not. No, not making you healthy. So let us go inside those tenants that's there, because tonight we're evicting perfection. So tonight, let us stand boldly. Stand bold. Stand in your confidence. Lift up your head in your confidence. Lift up your shoulder. Brace yourself up. And let perfection know you're being evicted tonight, this morning, this afternoon. Whatever time is it, tonight is that notice of eviction. Yes. Go in there, barge in there. Barge into your thoughts, barge into your situation, barge into your home, barge into your family, barge into your community, barge into your space, and let that eviction notice go up. Yeah. So many times people walk around with this perfect attitude. I'm perfect. You want to have your house perfect. What are you doing right there to yourself? As we are going into this month and we are rolling to is the 23rd for me, might be the 24th for you, as we are rolling into this time, this month, which I believe every month we should be very much aware of our health when it comes to our mindset. We're supposed to have a healthy mentality towards anything. So as we are rolling out of this one little month that they gave us, we are in the 23rd day or 24th day. I don't think there's another time, but whatever time, maybe 22nd, 23rd, 24th, whatever the time is, we are rolling around TikTok, around the clock. So if you are in a situation yesterday or you're in one right now that causing your mental state of mind to be very unhealthy and you're making very unhealthy choices, and perfection is saying, if I get up, I want to be perfect in this. Oh, I want to be perfect in that. I want to dress perfect. Oh, no. Do not rise up with perfection on your side. Rise up with hope on your side that you are going to master something. Rise up with the intention that you are going to master something. You're not going to rise up to say, I am going to rise up and now I am perfect. I am going to do this perfect thing. Huh? You tell your children that they should have perfect grade. Perfect grade? Oh, how can you get a perfect grade? What is a perfect grade? Someone can tell me what is a perfect grade? Now you go to school with your pencil and your little pen and your notebook that I encourage you to have. You send your children off to school nicely with their writing tools, ready to learn. And you tell them that they should have perfect grades. Now, if you're guilty of that, please don't feel bad. Many of us do that, yeah. Don't feel bad if you're that mother, if you're that father that says, go to school and get perfect grades. Don't feel bad. We want our children to be perfect. Get perfect grade. So you could go to the perfect school. And when you go to the perfect school, oh, you're going to go to the perfect college. And then when you go to the perfect college, you're going to have the perfect husband. And you teach them these things very early. Oh, yes, we teach our children very early to have perfect settings. Perfect grade. Start with perfect grades. And when you start with perfect grades, everything perfect start following you. And they start holding on to your trousers, and they start holding on to your dress there, and they start following you through life. I want to be perfect. It starts following you. For every step that you make, perfect is like, and it's holding on to you, and it's going with you. It's the enemy. Because you're now going to stress. I spoke about stretching your brain, but not stress. Now, the more you focus on perfection, what are you doing? You are stressing yourself, not stretching, because I encourage you to stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. But when you have perfection as the enemy, you are stressing yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely, Ifra. And that is the reason why I said the only thing that is perfect is now, which is time. Why? Because God is time. God is time. And time is God. It is one. So the only perfect thing is time, is God. They're one. Oh, I got to get the perfect job. No. Only one perfection. And if we're just mentioning God, but God is time because He's the master of time. So He is one with time. Who allow you to wake up this morning? Or who allowing you to breathe? Who allowing you to watch this right now or listen to me? The perfect God. Absolutely. The perfect God. So let us start training our children from very early. For those who already gone through the horse's gate, let us start training our children not to have this perfect lifestyle. Let us train our children not to have this perfect environment. Let us train our children that perfection will become the enemy to them, because they will be stressing themselves to a point, sometimes to a point of suicide. Mommy wanted me to get a perfect grade, and I didn't get a perfect grade. Therefore, I can't face her. No, what is your perfect grade? Maybe you see a perfect grade is 100 for every single test they take. You want them to get 100. Now they don't get 100, and what happened to their poor little brain? Now it becomes stressful for them. Parents, we are in Child's Month. We are in Child's Month. Let us feed our children these solutions, this strategic way of how to maneuver life by start extracting some things, some tenants, evict them, and start replacing them. You take out, you put in. You take out, you put in. Let us start teaching our children very early. There's no such thing. Ifra mentioned it earlier. When you're seeking perfection, the only place you can seek perfection is in God. So if you are telling yourself that you're a perfectionist because you can master something, where does God lie? Where does God fit? Where does God have a say in your life? I'm just asking the question. You know, the show is called The Question. So I'm just asking you the question. Where does God fit when you are so perfect? Where does God have room to improve you if you are perfect? He knew exactly what he created. He knew exactly when he created you. He's like, okay, you got the perfect hands, the perfect feet. For him, you are perfect only. For you, you're not perfect. So you can't say, oh, I'm perfect. You're perfect in the eyes of God because you know exactly what he did. But guess what happened? Now, when he made you, he said, there's nothing that I could add to you. So I want to jump into a few solutions of how we are going to evict this pretty little thing called perfection. Because perfection can be pretty. Perfection can smile because, you know, you put on the perfect smile. Perfection can be very pretty, and perfection can be very ugly too. We can pretty up perfection, and we can pretty it up as much as we want. We just came out of the pandemic and they said, wear a mask. Mask here, mask, mask, mask. But I tell you what perfection will do to you. Perfection will let you wear a mask. It's called the imposter syndrome that you will develop in perfection. And you will wear a mask. Because you want to be perfect for society. You want to be perfect for the TV. You want to be perfect for this. So you put on the imposter syndrome mask. Yes. So let us start evicting that. We are going to go into some strategic way and we are going to go into some solutions of how we are going to evict perfection. Yes, that mother who is bushing perfect, great, needs train herself. Her self-esteem is more important than the grades. Like hello, somebody. Absolutely. And here we go. Amina said it. If you are perfect, you can't be 100% because there's always room for improvement. So when you think about when we are talking about mental health and we go inside of our mind, how can your mind be perfect? How can the thoughts in your mind be perfect? When you want to improve your mind, you want to improve those thoughts, you want to elevate your thoughts so you can rise. So there's no perfection in your thoughts. I mentioned before that you are the boss of your thoughts. You are the owner. So when they come around, you have the right, the permission to evict them. So when perfection is swinging somewhere and having a field day and it's doing gymnastics and it's dancing and it's playing music and it's jumping up on the bed and it's flipping over, it's causing chaos. Going all sort of way, applying for the Olympics and, you know, training hard, track and field and doing all of that for the Olympics. So what we want to do tonight, what is that we want to do? We want to come up with some solutions. Yes. And the first one that we are going to come up with, again, please have your writing tools ready. I encourage you that here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, yes, and we're about to drop them tonight. So have your writing tools ready. Let me know you have your writing tools ready because we are going to drop in some stuff here tonight and we want to bring in some little solutions or way of seeing perfection in a different light. So one, what we are going to do for number one, we are going to cut ties. Click, 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 click. Like the barber shop. We are going to cut ties. We are going to cut ties from the limited belief that we have. The limited belief that were taught upon us from the time we came into this world. We are going to cut ties tonight, whether you have the sharpest knife or the sharpest scissors, the sharpest saw, whatever it is that you cut with, we are going to cut ties with limited belief tonight. Those limited beliefs that are poured into us, telling us that we have to be perfect. I tell you what, you see, I like to share my own stories. Absolutely. I like to share my own stories. You see, I came from that community that says you have to be the perfect student. Yes. You have to be the perfect student in the family. So if you have 10 family in the community, somebody in that family better be perfect. And if you are not perfect, you're not getting perfect grade, your ass gonna get some whipping. Excuse me. Yeah, that word. So I was that little girl who went to school and learn because what happened in my younger days in school, you have grading system, and the grading system say you must come first all the time. Come first. You must be the top student. You must come first. So it's first, second, and third. And if you're below third, then you're a failure. So now little Verona, I don't think my parents had pushed me to be perfect, but there was something that pushed me to be perfect, that I must always be first. I had a drive to be first all the time. But you see, as I mentioned to you, you master some things. And I master my learning. I master my subject. I master them since I started kindergarten. Before I started school, I was mastering whatever they were teaching me. I mastered what I was learning. So I went in full speed ahead that I am going to master every class I went to. So every class that I went to, little Verona was coming first. Yes, I'm coming first. Yes, I am coming first. Oh, this year, Verona is first. Who is the first student? Me. Who is the first student? Me. Who's the first student? Every year, I was the top student. And first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, and it was me again. But it was 1 year. 1 year. There were 2 students, me, and then there was another girl. I came first, she came second. I came first, she came second, and it was just like tip-top-toe. But there was this 1 year. Do you know what happened that 1 year? Anybody can think of what happened that 1 year? Can you type in the comment section? Anyone can type in the comment section what happened that 1 year before I finish telling the story of what happened that 1 year? That 1 year, I never came first. I did not make it to the first position in class. I judged myself. Absolutely. I judged myself because I didn't came first. I put myself down and I knew this was a problem because I had maybe a perfect perception that I was this perfect smart girl, that I should forever come first. But how many of you know that perfection will shift you out of your position? Because I got shifted out of my position and I came second. Woo! I came second. Yes, I did. And the girl that used to come second came first. So it's like we kind of flip script. And she came first. And oh my goodness. My poor little brain went explosion type. How could you come first? You see? You following what I'm saying? Your brain will go into a spiral and it will explode. And I sat there and I cried and I cried and I threw a tantrum. Oh my goodness, I don't want no gifts because I came second. I was supposed to come first. Oh, why she came first? And it was a problem. Little Verona was stressed. Yes. And all I had to do then, but you see, now I know better. What I had to do then was to stretch my potential instead of stressing myself, throwing a tantrum that, oh my goodness, why she came first. All I had to do is stretch my potential, forget that perfection mode, and stretch my potential to say, so how can I get back in my position? I stretched my potential. And I had to get over myself because now after she came first, I didn't want to talk to her no more. No. I didn't want to talk to her no more because she came first. Again, perfection will mess you up. Yeah. But I stretched my potential, and the following year, I came first again. I am not telling you that story because you have a child that will come first or second or third. I am telling you the result that can happen from perfection. That you have to be perfect in everything. I must get perfect grades. I am just showing you that it can be stressful upon you as well as your parents, your entire community. So yes. Now, I'm like, no such thing. See, I grew up and I mature into this person who is talking to you right now that perfection is an illusion. So we are going in there. Yes. So that's number one. After we cut ties with the limited beliefs. Okay, wait, hold on. Amina, you said, I have seen many youngsters on TikTok complaining from their parents, want them to be perfect and always criticize. That is not a good thing. No. Parents, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop. You gotta start feeding your children differently. You gotta start feeding your children differently. Do not feed them this perfection state of mind. It is not good for their mental state of mind. Do your best at everything. Master something. Always tell yourself that you can master it. Always tell yourself that you're showing up to do your best. Always tell yourself that. So it is not good to teach your children these things, that they have to be perfect and get perfect grade in every subject. Oh, you're the perfect student. Don't do it. No, it's not nice. It is not good. It is not good. No. Or back home, no matter what, I better be the best. Otherwise, your name will be on the board with capital letters saying, Ifra, you got. This is what I am telling you, Ifra. This is what I am telling you, that if you were not the first, second, or third in the class, you become the dunce, the dumb, the failure. You start getting labels. You start getting labels. I witness parents whipping the tail of their children because what? They didn't get a perfect grade. At one point, we're going to have to stop this, that we should not be doing this form of discipline to our children because every child learns differently. And we have to build up strategic way of how to help them stretch their potential and get rid of that perfection. Simple. Simple. So we want to cut ties of limited belief. And we're going to have to stop this mentality where we are competing with each other. We have this mentality where we got to come first. You heard my story just now that we have to come first. We have to be seen first. We have to be liked. We have to be this. We have to be that. We got to stop this mentality. It's not a good mentality for us to develop, and we still have this mentality from childhood, and we grow up with the same mentality as we become mothers ourselves, we become adults ourselves with the same mentality that we got to be seen more than the other one. We got to be seen first. We got to be seen first. No, no. It is unhealthy for your mind. It is very much unhealthy. When you start competing, you are stressing yourself. You're not stretching your potential because you're going with that bulldog mentality like, I have to be, it have to be me, it have to be me. It don't have to be you. It don't have to be you. No. Ifra, it don't have to be you. I mean, it don't have to be you. Jasmine, it don't have to be you. It don't have to be you. No, it don't have to be you. Why would it want to be you every day? No. When you acknowledge yourself and you know that when you show up, you're showing up with the best that you can, you're already telling yourself that, hey, I'm in competition with myself. Every day I show up, I'm like, girl, you know you're in competition with yourself. Compete with yourself. Compete with your own gifts and your own talents. Compete with your destiny that is waiting for you. We have to come to this point where when we compete with ourselves so we can show up with our best self. Don't compete with the next sister, the next brother, the next student. So that is exactly what had happened to me. We had this thing in school where you must compete. The competition was serious. The competition was dangerous. That competition was like, get out of my way. I'm going to run you over. That competition was some hardcore competition. It's like you're at the Olympics from the time you were born. You're going for the gold. Yay! Go for the gold. Go for the gold for yourself. Go for the gold for yourself. You want to impress your mama. You want to impress your father. You want to impress this one. You want to impress that one. This is not about impressing nobody. The first person you're supposed to impress is God, because he was the one that created you and he's the one that gave you knowledge. I'm just saying. And the next thing that we are going to do, start relearning. You might ask, what is relearning? Relearning simply means you're going to relearn the very things that you were taught. Why? Because you want to learn it for yourself now. Why? Because now you become self-aware that your destiny is yours. Your purpose is yours. Your purpose is not your mama. And parents, your children's purpose is not yours. No. Allow your children to develop and find their own purpose. Yes. Let them find their own purpose. They want to develop and discover their own purpose. Let us not hold them back. Oh, you should become a doctor. You must become a doctor. Don't pressure your children. You wanted to become a doctor, but maybe they want to become a maintenance person. You wanted to become an engineer, maybe they want to become a regular teacher in the classroom. Allow them to discover. Allow them to discover their own purpose. So allow your children, parents, to discover their purpose, to find their own destiny. They're not living off yours. Every purpose is personalized. Allow them to discover. If I just said it, allow them to discover how it is to educate themselves, to go inside of their mind, to stabilize some thoughts. Because the mentality of your thoughts going back and forth, swinging, going on the swing, it is not healthy. So we as parents, we have to come to a point where we relearn the very thing that's coming from generations. Generations. We got to relearn some things so we can teach our children that they have to relearn some things too. Let us not follow that same trail. Let us not follow that same trail coming from about 10 generations back. I told you my story that my parents never passed the 4th grade and my parents were as wise as can be. They allow us to develop into our own being. And may they so rest in peace because we all did. Next one, we are going to go into discover and accept your uniqueness. Are you following? Accept that you are unique. In all of your ways, you are unique. Allow your children to know that they're unique. And if you have more than one, don't make comparison with them. Address them individually and address them collectively. Address them and let each one know you are unique. You got your unique way into doing this. You got your unique way in learning. You got your unique way in speaking. Allow them to do that. Yes. So let us follow this trail. Let us follow this trail. Allow your children, if you have more than one, allow them to develop in their uniqueness. Because that uniqueness will define their purpose, their destiny. Allow them. And the next one is, let us get out of the illusion that we are perfect. We are perfectionists. Let us get out of that illusion. It is an illusion that we got to burst that bubble, pop that bubble, and escape. Escape from the enemy of perfection. Escape from it and win. Escape from it and discover your greatness. Escape from the enemy and stand and say that you are a survivor. You are no longer that little girl, that little boy that have to compete with anyone. You are no longer that little girl, that little boy that said, I must come first. You are no longer that little girl, that little boy that say, oh, you got to see me first. You do everything to get attention. You're no longer that little girl and that little boy. So let us get out of this illusion. Let us pop that bubble that is over our children. That perfectionist is an illusion. That's a tenant that is inside of your head. And wherever you are in any situation at this very moment, know that today, this very day, is your day to evict that little perfectionist that is sitting there. That is sitting there, swinging across the bed, jumping on the bed. Let us not have those children, like Amina put, let us not have those children that put in that they're complaining about us, that we're pressuring them because we want them to be perfect. Let us not groom our children in this manner. It is Child's Month. Let our children grow into their unique self. Let us lift up that pressure off our children. Let us lift up that pressure to say we will no longer pressure our children to be perfect, to live with the enemy of perfection. Let us raise the bar. Let us raise the bar instead of that pressure. Let us raise the bar to tell them, you are unique. Show up and do the best that you can. And when your best is not good enough, do the best again. Study to show yourself approved. So many times children blame the teachers to say that the teacher failed them, but the teacher didn't fail you. Encourage your children to study, relax, read books, get off social media so much. Limiting their time on social media that is not educating them. Encourage your children to pick up their writing tool. One word can equal a sentence. One sentence can equal a paragraph. One paragraph could equal a whole page. A whole page can turn into another page. Another page can turn into another page. And you end up with so many pages, and you can have a book. Spend time with your children and encourage them that they too should develop that mindset, that mentality to evict perfection. Absolutely. Yes, develop a routine. Know your routine and stick with it. Stick with your routine. You come home, build this, have your timer, have a calendar, set your calendar, be specific in your calendar. At 2 o'clock, they come out of school, they get home by 2:30. Okay, what is it that we're going to do when you get home? You wash up. You might get your dinner, your supper, whatever you're getting. Okay, let's do homework. Let's go over what you did today. Talk to your children. Find out how was their day. If you're around the dinner table, talk about your day in school. What did you learn today? How was your day? How did you feel? Talk about them so they can express their emotions. It's a part of their mental health. So as we pause tonight's episode, let me remind you, parents, the pressure on your children, it is not healthy. The pressure of perfection is very unhealthy. It is the enemy. Teach them how to escape such enemy. So I want to thank you all for showing up here tonight as we pause this episode. I never say we are ending because there's no such thing. We continue to live. We continue to learn. Always teach your children to learn something. And when they learn something, they must learn it with the mentality to teach it again. Challenge them. No, not challenge them. I don't like that word. Allow them to stretch their potential to learn something new every day. Maybe a new language? You never know. So yes, thank you so much for showing up here today. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Ifra. Thank you, Amina. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Marian. Thank you, Anab. And I see there was a new person. S24 Somali TV. Thank you for coming. Yes. Thank you so much for coming. I believe this is your first time here, so you get a special welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And I hope to see you in the next session. We will be here tomorrow, same time, same place. You never know what's the topic. So please hit the notification button so when we go live, you don't know what will happen. You don't know what the topic will be. So again, thank you for being here. tonight. Have yourself a good morning, a good night, a good day, but don't forget that the tenants that live in your head, they can stay there or you can evict them. Tonight, I gave you the permission to evict perfection. Thank you so much for tuning in to this session.